Hey, who's got my hat?
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Give me that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Get back, witch!
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. But after what you just said, I'm not even sure I want to be that anymore.
You never had it so good.
Oh my god, I'm blooming!
This is what happens when you mess with your audio stuff. Hello, friends. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Anyway. Good way. Awesome. Great. Love it. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I don't even know anymore either, Jen. This week has been so weird. Wim, are you looking in a mirror? I'd like to vote for it to be Friday. Here's this though. Ooh, GG's Jen on your 70 stream streak. Love that. Thank you so much for hitting that. I think you're looking in a mirror, but anyway. So I thought I was going to try and stream in vertical mode on Twitch today because apparently it's available for everybody, but I guess my streaming software is not quite ready for that, so that's fine. I'll look at that later. Did get the new microphone in today, so we got that going. Trying that out. Hopefully everything sounds okay. Let's scroll back. See who's here. We got a Jen as a shark. We got a Whim. We got a Chimchalada. Hi, Strix. Hi, Gabs. Nice and crisp. Good. Thank you so much, Jen. Hi, Catsper. Hello, Carol Ann, Mom. How's everybody doing? How is your day? How is your week? How's your life? I hope everything is going okay. Um, Wim and I actually have a short week this week because we're going out of town for the weekend. We're going to go to Brick World in Chicago this weekend. So, really looking forward to that. Just getting out of town for a little bit. Sounds like we're going to have, weather while we're there, which it's always nice to get out of the Phoenix heat. So looking forward to that. We got the Dreamlight Valley announcements today, or at least some of them, and there's some that I'm looking forward to, and some that I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of whelmed with them. So um we'll get into that, but so if I have paid attention, I gotta figure out that TB thing because it does for like anything that could be that. Like, and now I want it. um you know for the people who like the characters that we're getting and all of that, like for the people who love those characters, very happy for them. Really cool idea, really cool concept. I don't have that level of attachment to those characters. So I'm just like, okay. Which, to be fair, is the case for probably most of the characters in Dreamlight Valley. So we'll see how it goes. And then I was scrolling through Reddit earlier, and somebody actually brought, kind of a tinfoily hat thing up that I don't know. But anyway, Pooh Bear was a huge part of my childhood growing up. I'm still just mad about this update. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't follow that kind of news with any sort of like major attention, Dreamlight Valley today announced that instead of a full-blown DLC like we're used to getting, like Eternity Isle or Storybook Vale, Wish Blossom Ranch, all that kind of thing, they're trying something new that they are calling adventure packs. How this is different from any other DLC, I could not tell you at the moment, because from the way that it was described, there's new characters. Yeah, it sounds like a mini DLC. There's new characters. However, unlike a, traditional DLC that we've gotten before, all of these characters, it's Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, and Piglet. So they're all from the same IP franchise, whatever you want to refer to it as. And it's basically the entire... This is how I rebrand peaches into fuzzy apples to my toddler to get him eat them anyway. Yeah. So it's entirely focused around this kind of 100-acre wood vibe themed area. We're getting one new companion. So honestly, it feels like a very stripped down DLC. So when we got Wish Blossom Ranch, there were the 3 different biomes. There was the actual Wish Blossom Ranch area, there was Cruella's whole area, and there was all of that Honey Acres, Pixie Fields, coated area. This one is specifically one like biome area, and it does have the 4 like individual little mini zones within the biome, but it's only one. So I kind of get that. And it's the 3 characters, and they're adding a few things here and there like they did previously. There's a hedgehog pet or 4 hedgehog companion pets that are being added. It looks like there's new flowers, there's new decorative stuff. Like, they are adding things. But it's not a full-blown, $60 to $80 DLC. I think it was like $16.99 for the US version. I'm sure that there will probably be some sort of upgraded version that comes later. So we'll see how that goes. Let me just pull up the browser thing here. Let's see. Is it this one? Let's see. Just make sure I don't mess up my audio settings here when I turn that on. All right, let me just do this. There we go. So 2026 Summer Showcase, talking about the Disney Dreamlight Valley Honeyglow Woods Adventure Pack. So the cool thing is that this adventure pack is coming out July 8th, so it is very soon. And I'm not going to go through the whole video. I'm just going to scroll through the patch, or the kind of the high level overview here, just because I'm sure that there are a ton of other people who have gone through this stuff all today. Plus, we're going to go through it again whenever it actually gets ready to come out. So I'm just going to kind of very high level overview this. And then I have opinions, like I said in the title. So cross through a magical new gateway into the titular Honeyglow Woods, a land inspired by Winnie the Pooh, filled with puzzles, lost secrets, and a fair share of honey. The Honeyglow Woods were once a place where you could enjoy just doing nothing, at least until the ever oak tree at the center of the woods closed up. To embark on this new adventure, you'll need to plant a tree sprout until it grows into a magical glowing tree that you'll be able to place anywhere in your valley, your floating islands, or any of the DLCs. You'll also be able to remove and or replace this magical gateway at any time. Once you've crossed over to the other side, you'll notice something has gone very wrong in this place, but don't worry, you won't be alone on the journey. So here's the thing that I honestly didn't think about it at the time until I saw somebody else had raised the issue on Reddit. This feels very much like it. I don't know if it was necessarily cut content, but it feels very much like content that should have expanded out the storyline in the Pixie Falls, that whole upper right biome in Wish Blossom Ranch, where Tigger was, where, and so it's one of those things where it's like, it raises the question, and I'm sure they had their reasons. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that their reasons were not money. However, it definitely raises the question, because they know that at least Pooh is a character that people have wanted for a long time. They know that people have significant attachments to Piglet, to Eeyore, like all of this stuff. So it at least raises the question, and it's like, all right, why? So it makes one wonder. In this part, though, I do have to say that I'm glad that we are able to put this tree wherever we want, basically, because I know that myself, at least, and probably a lot of other people, are going to put this tree straight into Honey Falls, because that's where it goes. It leads to the Winnie the Pooh area. Tree go there. Now, granted, it will make it a little bit harder to get to, so I have a feeling a lot of people will probably start it off in their base valley, just for the sake of convenience, but it's going to end up over there once we finish with all the characters and all the questing and stuff like that. But it raises the question, and it just kind of asks, makes one wonder why, what the circumstances were. But anyway, so yes. Now, it is one of those things that you can plant it in your base valley anywhere you want. This is completely independent of anything else. If all you want is the base game and this adventure pack because you want these characters, you're absolutely able to do that. So it's more of a theming thing, putting the tree in that Honey Falls area than it is anything else. So you can absolutely not buy anything else except for the base game in this and be totally fine. On the subject of, speaking of, on the subject of the DLCs, they are all the 3 DLCs, so Eternity or Rift in Time, Storybook Vale, and Wish Blossom Ranch are all on sale right now on all platforms. I think it was like 40 to 50% off per DLC. And they come with, thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. We do have anonymous follows turned on, so if you'd like to pop in and say hello, please feel free to do so. If you just want to hang out and lurk, that's totally okay too. Either way, appreciate you being here. So yeah, all of the DLCs are on sale right now. The other thing that somebody raised a point on is if you want to play this across platform, that's not a bad deal because I think the DLCs, bite my tongue, I believe all of the DLCs come with 5,000 moonstones. So if you want to play on multiple platforms, not a bad way to also pick up 5,000 moonstones. And since they are awarded as part of a DLC purchase and not directly purchased with cash, I believe that then you can then use those on any platform. So if you normally play on PC, but you want it on your Switch as well, you can buy it on the Switch and still use the moonstones on your PC. It all works across the same, just the moonstone thing. It's a little bit weird. But either way. But yeah, so all of the DLCs are currently on sale. And then this adventure pack is not on sale yet, but I would imagine that it is pretty soon. The other thing is that I would maybe wait to purchase it just in case that as of now, they have not announced like an upgraded DLC or like an upgraded adventure pack, like with moonstones and stuff like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if we get that shortly. We'll see. But either way, so we are getting Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, and Piglet as a part of this adventure pack. If you are interested in drops, I unfortunately am not somebody who can provide those drops. They have those limited to their select group of creators. That's fine. Not going to get into that. But if you hit ! drops, it will give you a link to the drops page and you can check out their, for people who are currently live. I think most of them are on Twitch. I think there are a couple who are on other platforms. Yeah, at least it was more creators this time. Hi, Aaron. Welcome in. From what I heard, it kind of sounds like at least one of those creators took Gameloft to task a little bit. Like, why are you picking all of these people who don't have anything to do with DDV? And I don't remember how long they last. But there should be a little while at least to have an opportunity to get these. I can recommend, and I did not lead with this because we talked about it a little bit in Women's Stream last night. I was watching someone that actually know this afternoon for the drop. It was only an hour that you need to watch. Yeah. Hi, Tay. Welcome in. Sorry. I'm getting flimmy. Let me back up a little bit. Wim and I were invited to be a part of the Honey Bunch unofficial stream team. Well, it's official. It's just not a Twitch stream team. But it is a stream team that was created by our friend Busy Bee Bree. I have not updated my panels and all that kind of stuff yet, but that is definitely on my list of things to do. But we are both a part of that amazing community of creators as well. And one of the people on that team, Lauren, is one of the creators who was selected for those Twitch drops. She's not currently live. She typically streams in the mornings. So if you... I think that's how... Did that work? I don't think that worked. There we go. So if you are looking for those Twitch drops, I'll double check and see if I can figure out what time they're available until. But Lauren, who is shouted out and her link is at the top of the chat, is one of the people who is streaming for those drops. Like I said, she's offline right now, but if you need the drops, she is definitely a fantastic person to go check out for those. And a lot of fun watching the update and Lauren stream. Yeah, she's so wonderful, and her community is absolutely fantastic. And she is, I believe, celebrating her partner anniversary right now, so things are even a little bit crazier than usual over there. But yeah, so there are drops right now. It's
The Unleashed is load all over me.
Hi, Tay. I'm so sorry, everybody. Give me just 1 second. Let's try that again. So yeah, amazing content creator, and if you want those drops, it is an Eeyore themed it's a headpiece. So it's his ears, and then it's got his tail hanging down the back. Another thing I have comments about. But anyway, we're not just here to listen to me rant about anything. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, and Eeyore are coming. So when you enter the biome, you'll meet Winnie the Pooh, and then you'll help reunite him with the other characters. So it, like I said, it's a new magical land. They're adding honey as a, it sounds like forageable potentially resource that can then be turned into new recipes that are also coming with the adventure pack. And there is a, we have the, it sounds like a beekeeping profession also coming. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then, of course, we get at least one new outfit with this. I have a feeling, and I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling this is probably going to be Pooh's like leveling outfit or reward, assuming he has a traditional character friendship leveling path. I would imagine that it'll be like you get the boots first, and then the hat, and then the overalls or whatever. But yeah, so this magical place inspired by the 100-acre wood was where you would spend splendid lazy summers as a kid. It represents a new space to decorate and make your own with 4 special new areas to discover and progress through. Won't get into that too much, but yeah, so in the Honeyglow Woods, you'll be able to use the honey from bee boxes to unlock new honey-based recipes and furniture, like warm milk and honey, the honey crunch bar, Pooh's birthday cake, honey pot lamp, cozy honey leaf rug, and so much more. So I would imagine that similar to the one that we saw earlier for Pooh, it looks like this one is probably Piglet's. I would imagine, again, quest reward at some level. And then, yeah, this adventure pack also contains a brand new gameplay mechanic, beekeeping, which if you choose to go back and watch they did a gameplay, they did a really brief gameplay demo after the showcase, and there's a mechanic basically that you put down the bee boxes and then you plant flowers around them, which the bees then use to help make honey. And yes, we are getting hedgehogs as companion pets, and they are super cute. So it looks like there's 4 variants of hedgehogs here, or 3 or 4. It looks like this one is a little bit darker tone. This one on the left here is a little bit of a darker tone than the one on the right. And then it looks like we have a yellow one and a green one here. And then I love the little mushroom toadstool, whatever. This is probably a companion house. So also very, very cute. New critter. come with their own photo mode poses and friendship levels to unlock. There's also a new mini game. So previously they introduced hi Bree. I think oh, come on. My camera has decided that it does not want to cooperate.
Have we talked about Beef Wellington just being a corn dog from a different tax bracket? No, but you're absolutely fucking right. That's ridiculous.
Lord. So, I don't know. I think my camera has decided that it does not care to cooperate today. So assuming I'm frozen, give me just a second. Let me see what I can do with it. It is cam full screen, webcam video. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Yeah, camera said GG's and noped out. But hello, everyone. Hi, Bree. Thank you so much for bringing everybody in. I really appreciate it. Whim, stop hitting on me in public. Actually, no, keep doing it because I feel nice. Hello, Bree. Thank you so much for bringing your community in. I really appreciate it. Hello, friends. Welcome. If we have not met, if you have not experienced my own personal brand of light chaos in Bree's chats, hello. I am Amonis. I am a occasional streamer here on Twitch. I'm a professional voiceover artist. I am a pretty big dice goblin. I always want more dice. I'm a tabletop role-playing game player, which just gives me a reason to buy more dice, to be honest. Pretty avid reader. I'm a tech nerd. I'm a recovering World of Warcraft addict, and I'm a big fan of cooking and baking. And then some of my favorite games to play, especially here on Twitch, is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I am so freaking excited about the remaster that is coming up. I can't even talk about how excited I am because it's just crazy. Big fan of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Disney Dreamlight Valley, which we are talking about the DLC that is coming out in a couple of weeks. Or, excuse me, Adventure Pack that is coming out in a couple of weeks. Play some Paleo around here, and then I am also a Loftia partner. And so we're very excited about that coming out in the fall as well. So welcome in. Please feel free to make yourself comfortable. If you are not following, we do have anonymous follows turned on. So if you want to, either way, if you'd like to jump in the chat and hang out, that's totally okay. If you want to pop in and say hello, we appreciate that as well. Either way, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in with that raid. I really appreciate it. Bree, and anybody else who came in with that raid, if you do need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. I know you've been live for a while, so if you got to go get some food, get some drink, get some water. I know you've been drinking lemonade your whole stream. So if you need to go get some water, go get some food, go pet the daisy, go pet Mr. Dude. I was told there would be free kittens and candy here. We have 2 cats. You cannot have them because I think Whim might try to hurt you if you try to take our cats. And I probably would too. I will be grabbing food, but I'm here. And jelly beans. Oh, Lord. I mean, if anybody wants jelly beans, I'll share.
Enchilada, extra spicy salsa. Eat it in the kitchen. Don't step in the lava.
Yeah, you would take that moron, Kim. We have our blonde son, Hux, who is named after General Hux of the First Order. He is a single brain-celled creature, and for some reason, Kim absolutely loves him. I'll trade you my cat for Hux. No. Yeah, no. Just no. Because he just gets confused. He does not. He knows exactly what he's doing when he tries to take the bag away from Wim. I tell you what, Boney, I'll make you a deal. And you and Wim are both getting the better end of this bargain. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. If you want to jump into the chat and say hello, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you just want to hang out and lurk, that's totally okay. We do have anonymous follows turned on, so however you prefer to vibe. But yeah, Boney, I'll make you a deal. I will trade me for you and your cat. You come here, I'll go there. Because I know that Wim would not complain about that at all. Okay, maybe a little bit, but for the most part, no. Anyway, yeah, it works for you. Come to Chicago this weekend. We'll make it happen. Anyway, let's get back to what we were kind of going over the blog post from, that's not what I meant to click. We're kind of going over the blog post about the summer showcase highlights. So hedgehogs. So yeah, we are getting 4 new hedgehogs with this. I would assume that they're, I get kitties and a Wimmy sounds perfect. It's going to be like a permanent sleepover with the bestie. Exactly. See, I knew you would go for that. Okay. I am just finding all sorts of weirdness with my stuff today. Why don't they just share the hedge? Anyway, so yeah. So in addition to the Scramble Coin minigame that we got during the Rift in Time DLC, we are also getting a new Pooh Sticks minigame. I am not familiar with this at all. I don't understand the reference. I don't understand the relevance. I'm sure it's one of those things that just was outside of my wheelhouse. I like it, Kim. I like it. Yeah. You would think that with the amount of bad jokes that I tell, I would find it funny. And I really kind of do. It's just funnier to ignore it. It was a game they played in the show. I figured it was something like that. And this is why we ignore Kim's chat sometimes. But yeah, so it's a new and unique way to interact and level up your friendship level with your villagers. It was just which thing floats down the river fastest. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it is in game as well. There's a bridge that you stand on in the new adventure zone, and you and I think 3 of the other characters go on this bridge. You pick what you want to throw in the river, and it flows down the river. It's pretty much exactly as it is in the show. Then I'm gonna head out as I want to watch my show and have a slight headache, but have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, Mrs. Bone Daddy. I hope your headache feels better, and enjoy your show. And we'll catch you next time. So yeah, the Honeyglow Woods is the first ever Disney Dreamlight Valley Adventure Pack, an optional paid new add-on to be experienced alongside our usual free content updates. Diving into this sort of adventure allows us to create a unique experience inspired by one beloved universe with thematic landscapes to decorate, brand new story, and a cast of lovable characters. So, tinfoil hat time. I'm curious if this is a way, like if this is almost like a test thing to see how adventure packs work. Because what this does is, alongside the traditional DLCs where we have the big biomes with, kind of the disparate characters, because in other DLCs, it's been characters from several different franchises. This one is specific to this. So, being the person who grew up with the Disney Channel afternoon cartoons like the Gummy Bears, DuckTales, Goof Troop, like we've talked about those for a little while. I wonder if this will allow them to expand into those areas, because characters like the ones from, using it as an example, the Gummy Bears show will not carry a DLC because it was an episodic, 20-minute at a time thing. And frankly, not a lot of people still are not obsessed, but really care about the Gummy Bears because they were an afternoon thing for a specific age generation and just not a huge deal. So I'm wondering if this will allow them to get into some of those maybe more niche kind of things where there's not like a specific single like titular hero that they can call out or bring into a DLC. A very niche audience would absolutely pay $15 for a Gummy Bears Adventure Zone. Absolutely. Guilty. So that's what I'm wondering, because there are those. Gargoyles is another perfect example, because they're not the, like I said, they're not the, here's our single character. It's a cast of characters. And yeah, so I'm wondering if that's what this is. I want Baloo, Kit, and Rebecca. Absolutely. Like, yeah. I would pay at least $15 for I almost called it DuckTales, and that is not what it is, Tailspin. I would absolutely pay at least $15 for a Tailspin adventure pack. So we'll see what happens. It could be good. And we were talking about it the other day, I think in a Discord call or something like that. Yeah. Stuff like, we just got the Prince John, like furniture pack the other day from Robin Hood. This would be another good opportunity for something like that, because again, it's more of a cast of characters that they would want to bring in. Chip and Dale. Yes. Like, yeah, Rescue Rangers. Do it. So curious to see if that's kind of where they're going with this. The other thing is that it helps them. Joanna. I feel like Joanna and McLeach by extension would still be kind of geared more toward the I miss your channel point redeems. Did I not turn those back on? Did I mute those? Did I break those? Let's see. Because I did change the bot, so I'm wondering if I turned them off and then I didn't, for whatever reason, just turn them back on. Okay, so I turned it back on. I did not hear it go off. I did not see it go off. I didn't hear it. Okay. All right. All right. So I will make sure that I get those put back before the next before the next stream. And since I have a couple of days to do that, I will make sure that I do that, because we've got Kronk, we've got Joanna, and stream manager, and then Jen will make sure that those points get returned back to you as well. Anyway, but yeah, so it allows them to be a little more focused with the characters and go for a specific franchise, because some of those characters and some of those franchises really aren't complete with just one or two characters out of it. So hopefully that's what they're able to do with this. The other thing too is I'm hoping, and you know what they say, hope in one hand and poop in the other one. I'm hoping that this maybe will make the Moonstone shop stuff a little better price-wise, maybe a little more palatable, because one of the problems right now is that for a lot of things, they push out the paid DLC, call it once a year. Yeah, so they push out the paid DLC once a year, and then other than whenever they do these big drops for, like the Moonstone packs or whatever, a lot of the time, and I don't know what the specific financials are, but I'm curious how much cash flow they actually have coming in. I can't imagine it would be a ton, because I just don't think that they have that, comparatively speaking to like a major MMO or something like Palia. I can't imagine they are getting a lot of income consistently. So with putting out these occasional adventure packs, and maybe they alternate between a shorter DLC like the story that we got with Wish Blossom Ranch, alternating with an adventure pack, it gives them, okay, we've got the big tentpole story DLC, and they get some money from that, and then they have the smaller, kind of localized adventure pack things. Yeah, right. Big boom every 6 months, and then little trickles coming in. So I'm wondering if this is going to help smooth that out a little bit. And subsequently, like I said, I do hope that that reflects in pricing in the shop for purchasable cosmetic items. We'll see. I don't know. This is all just pure speculation on my half and opinions and thoughts, and I throw stuff out into the universe. If I'm right, great. If I'm not, oh well. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so if you are an existing Dreamlight Valley player, the Honeyglow Woods Adventure Pack will be available for $17 US, and will come with 2,000 Moonstones. If you are a new player and your reason for jumping in is the Honeyglow Woods Adventure Pack, you'll be able to purchase the base game as well as the Honeyglow Woods Adventure Pack as a single purchase. This will not include any of the other DLCs. This is strictly the base game and the adventure pack for $50 US, and it'll include 10,000. I was driving home and Kim's song came on. My car decided to blast that at 10 times the volume. I'm so sorry, Catsper. Just cruising down the road and hearing about enchiladas. Love that or hate that for you. So yeah. And then the other thing is that if you do purchase the adventure pack, if you purchase the adventure pack and play it before July 22nd of this year, so within the first 2 weeks of that DLC, of that adventure pack launch, you get the Rainy Day Winnie the Pooh Dream Style. And that is just cute as hell. With his little raincoat and his little bucket hat with the bees. Like, I hope that they add this as a cosmetic for our players, because that's cute. And I'm not normally a person who looks at stuff and goes, oh, that's so cute. We are all being viciously attacked here. So yeah, that is the early adopter bonus for purchasing the Honeyglow Woods Adventure Pack before July 22nd, so within the first 2 weeks of that launch. And then if you do play on Dreamlight Valley, if you do play Dreamlight Valley on the Apple Arcade Edition, which honestly, I don't know if anybody in our community does play on the Arcade Edition. If you do, I'd be really interested in hearing about it, just because I'm curious. Like, you know, I know technically speaking how it's different from the regular paid version of the game, but I'm curious about your experiences compared to the like the Steam side and things like that. Curious about your experiences. So, and if you do, we can talk about it here. Let me know in the Discord, like whatever. Just I'm curious, like, and if you don't, that's totally okay too. Like, I got no problems with that if you want to keep that private. So the other thing is that we did get a very high level look at what is coming next with the content roadmap. Gameloft opened the floodgates just a little bit today. We are finally getting Fix-It Felix in this game. Okay, fine, it's Wreck-It Ralph, but I'm rolling with we're getting Fix-It Felix. So July 2026, the next shut your front door. Aaron, we know this. That's why everybody's here and everybody loves me so much. But yeah, so Ralph has been rumored and lurking in the background of this game since the original announcement video, and he was walking around. But Wreck-It Ralph is finally coming as a free character update at the end of July. Presumably. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. We do have anonymous follows turned on, so if you'd like to pop in and say hello, please feel free to do so. If you just want to hang out and lurk, that's totally okay too. Either way, I appreciate you being here. So yeah, we're finally getting Wreck-It Ralph. He's been lurking around, skulking around since the game was announced, and he is coming at this says July 2026, based off the timing of the current Hercules Star Path. That Star Path looks like is scheduled to end July 27th. And the Wednesday, 2 days after that, so based off the typical Star Path timing, we will have Wreck-It Ralph July 29th, 2026. The other thing, and I'm going to set up a community goal for it. I need to kind of figure out, I need to see if there's a way I can see how many channel points people have, because I'm going to set up a community goal. And once I figure out how many points I'm going to require for that goal, if we hit that goal, if we hit whatever goal I decide to set, I will cosplay on stream as Wreck-It Ralph the day that he comes to the game. I will take the day off of work. I will stream during the day, and I will dress up as Wreck-It Ralph. So, I will get more details put together on that, but I'm gonna wreck it. So yeah, so that is the free update that is coming at the end of July. So we have the paid expansion adventure pack coming July 8th, Wreck-It Ralph coming at the end of July. We have welcome in Kit Kat Crochet. Please let me know if I just completely wrecked that. Kit Kat Crochet. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for letting us know. I really appreciate it, and welcome in. And then they are, it sounds like, announcing a couple of more, the other two characters, or teasing the next two characters for the September and December updates at D23, which will be taking place in, I believe, August. So we'll put the dates on that, for that on the calendar as well, so we can talk about that. And then it sounds like, based off the content roadmap that they provided, we are getting an additional actual paid DLC later this year as well. It says October 2026 is the showcase stream talking about a deep dive. Presumably, it'll be a probably another November release like it was last year, which will be a little bit disappointing because if it sticks with the timing, that'll be right around TwitchCon. So, I don't know. We'll see. Who do you think the other two characters could be? Oh, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. I'm not really sure. So the September update is going to be... so if you look at the background of the picture here, there's bats and purple curtains. So if we take this at its kind of word, I wonder if, because I'm trying to think of bat-themed characters in Disney products, franchises, IPs, what have you. I can't think of anybody specifically bat-themed. Now, they could have just gone with bats because presumably this will be kind of their Halloween-adjacent star path. So if it follows a similar schedule as last year, it'll be September through October for this star path. Batman. Wrong company, Wim. So, you know, there's a lot of characters that it could be. My really kind of out there speculative, yeah, if it was the Sanderson sisters, Wim would pay money for this free update. Yeah, if it was the Sanderson sisters or even just Winifred. Kat, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. I'm thinking it's going to be some sort of a villain with the bats. And my just shooting from the hip, very off the cuff, out of nowhere. I'm thinking, because I think the closest bat-themed character I could think of would be the little bat who is like Radigan's sidekick from, not Emperor's New Groove, Brain, Great Mouse Detective. So I am thinking villain because, like I said, like we all have kind of said, it will probably be the Halloween themed star path again. So something along those lines. The other thing they could also do is, I would pay money for that free update. I don't think Dr. Facilier has a bat. That would be a good thought too, though. So, yeah, I'm really curious. We don't have a lot to go off of. Like this, it's entirely possible that they just said, oh, purple curtains, bats, has nothing to do with anything. We'll see. I feel like they would be a little more intentional, or this is a little bit more intentional, but I don't know for sure. And then we are also getting an update in December with another free character. Again, not really sure who this one could be. It's blue curtains, it's lights, but also that's just kind of generic Christmas theming. So not sure about that one. I think other one that a lot of people are really heavily speculating on is the DLC that we apparently have coming soon. Because some of the language that they used around talking vaguely about this DLC is nautical themed, underwater themed. Like, you know, they specifically said, oh, you know, let's set sail for the next update. They're calling it a deep dive, which deep dive is kind of a generic term for talking about something like this. But again, you know, it's got the water bubbles in the background on the thing here. It could be Nemo. There are a lot of people who are speculating potentially like Captain Hook. Or personally, I'm kind of wondering if it could be like Atlantis themed, possibly. So there's a couple of different directions that it could go. And at this point, we have about 2 months that we have
The
to wait
unleashed
for more
is load
information
all
on
over
that.
me.
Hi, Stephanie. Welcome in. Bats. Also, Morgana from Darkwing Duck. Ooh, that's a good one. I think you're right. I think that's a little bit of a reach, but also not out of the question. I mean, at this point, we know nothing, so anything really is on the table. I think the only thing that we have that is kind of a leaning in that direction is probable villain, because it is going to be the Halloween update. I think that's about all we have to go off of for now. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so we have a pretty good roadmap. I'd love more Haunted Mansion stuff, so I'm hoping for that. Yeah, we have quite a few people who would be very happy with additional Haunted Mansion stuff, additional kind of spooky DLC stuff, or additional, free characters. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are very excited about Winnie the Pooh, and, since we did already get Tigger, getting those additional characters in there. I know some people, were saying, oh, I'd love if we could get Kanga and Rue in there. I think Casper was mentioning that earlier. There are other 100 Acre Wood characters that would also be great additions. So we'll have to see kind of if they continue to expand that adventure pack stuff as well with those additional characters. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, Ralph from Disney's Wreck-It Ralph. I'm sticking with the joke that it's going to be Fix-It Felix, just because I know that I would love to see Fix-It Felix in there as well. Like, I love Ralph, and I think Felix would be a great addition to the Valley too. So I really like that they are calling out that he will arrive with some help from the Forgotten. Because I feel like since the end of the base game and the DLC where they were added as a, friendable character, I know it's not Felix, but I think it's funny, so I'm encouraging it. And I love you for that, Catspur. I love that they are using that as an opportunity to bring in additional characters. And I love that we're get swept into video game nostalgia as you help Ralph run a Bad-Anon meeting. So I'm curious how that's going to work, because we have so many bad guy characters, but only a few of which are base game accessible. So we'll see. The other thing that I brought up, and I posted this in the Dreamlight Valley Discord earlier, I'm sure it won't actually go anywhere, but I did it anyway, is I told them it is time to roll Rift in Time into the base game. Now, I did this right after they said that it was on sale, so they're probably going to ride that out before they actually do anything, but that DLC is going on 3 years old, and there are so many other things that it's just, the time has come, the Walrus said, for that to happen. So yeah, and it specifically calls out, then later in the year, you can expect 2 more free base game updates and a new Disney Dreamlight Valley expansion, but we'll dive into that at a later date. And they italicized dive, and they put a winky face emoji after it. So it is absolutely something to do with water, something to do with potentially underwater. I know people were talking about a Pirates of the Caribbean themed DLC. Finding Nemo is absolutely one that I did not think about, so good call on that one, Jen. Atlantis, or potentially even going back to more Little Mermaid stuff, because we could absolutely get Flounder and Sebastian as characters in a DLC. I don't necessarily know about DLC. I feel like they would be a good free update option, similar to how we got Cogsworth and Lumiere. I feel like that would be a better use of those characters. Friends, we are in ads, so we're just going to kind of chill here for just a second. But while we are in those ads, thank you so very much for everybody being here. I really appreciate it. I know for our friends who do follow Disney Dreamlight Valley content, I'm sure this is probably the potentially third or fourth time that you're hearing this today and having this conversation. But I appreciate you coming in and spending time with me and listening to my opinions about stuff, because I know sometimes I get a little bit weird. And I'm trying to remember to drink more water. Hey, you married me. I don't know how you do Fish's Valley Villagers, but then they did Cogsworth and Lumiere, and we have Tinkerbell. Also, Cheshire basically doesn't leave his tree. So I'm sure they could come up with a way for you to be able to hang out with Nemo and Dory. Yeah, absolutely. It's a magic-based game. They could even say, oh, Merlin found a way for you to hang out with this character, and he casts a magic, floating orb of water that walks around with you. Put him in a bucket. Kimchalada. At least a magical orb. They make a little bubble. Yeah. So it definitely possible. Interesting to see where they go with that. And there's so many good bag of water when they roll around. The water baggie that Nemo escapes in. I love all of you. That's so fantastic. Aaron wins. Yeah. But yeah, so looking forward to that. Kim and I on the same brain. Yeah, that could definitely be fun. Really curious to see where they go with it. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, you both win. It's a tie. So the other thing, finally we're incredibly excited to announce that our team will be hosting a live panel at the 2026 D23 Expo, where we'll unveil the remaining free updates and much more. D23, oh gosh. Now I'm curious. Ultimate Disney Fan Event 2026 takes place August 14th through 16th in Anaheim, California. Well, not going to happen. Imagine us being able to roll around the valley in one of the clear hamster balls. Oh, God. Put in Scuttle and that one silly seal from Finding Dory. I would love to get Scuttle in this game. A dingle hopper. Anyway. We can be like Sandy from SpongeBob. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing that they did is, if you remember last year, I think mine? Last year we voted for the community voted pet that turned into the pink Sakura dragon. They're doing something similar this year with a community house style that will be added to the valley later this year. It doesn't specify when. However, it is currently available, and I'm going to copy the link here. So that is the voting. We are in the process of voting on a community house style that we would like to see added. So I posted the link in the chat. I'm also going to post it in the Discord. So if you're not able to get to it right now, or you don't want to deal with it right now, that is available, that we can go and vote for what type of house style we would like to see as the community voted house. So they do have a couple of just existing styles here, just as kind of references for what they're talking about. I haven't voted. I haven't gone through it all yet. So the voting for this opened today and goes through June 26th. So next Friday. So between now and next Friday, we're able to vote on what we would like our community player house skin to be. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this right now. Like I said, I have not voted on anything yet. So there are... What is the overall visual style that should guide the player house design? There is cozy and inviting, grand and sophisticated, magical and nature-inspired, bright and breezy, or mysterious and quiet. And they do have blueprints here that just kind of give a general sense of at least 3 of those ideas. There is a disclaimer that says images on voting options are not representative of the final design. These are placeholders to provide a visual reference. So while you're looking at this, keep that in mind, but it does... And if you've been playing for a while and you've seen a lot of the different house styles come through, you kind of know what they're referring to. Personally, I am kind of between cozy and inviting, magical and nature-inspired, or mysterious and quiet. And I really am between magical and nature-inspired or mysterious and quiet. I have a feeling I'm going to go with the magical and nature-inspired, though. I feel like that fits the vibe of Dreamlight Valley so much more so than the mysterious and quiet vibe. I would absolutely love to see both of them, though. Like, where is my ranked choice voting option here in Dreamlight Valley? Well, I voted nature-inspired, so you vote magical and quiet, and we've got it covered. All right, we'll do that. We'll wheel and deal on the votes. So next is which overall shape feels the most magical, iconic, or exciting. They have tall, short, wide, multi-leveled, round, and crooked. Personally, for this one, I feel like, honestly, I like the idea of multi-leveled. I also kind of like crooked. Like, I'm thinking of, like, Merlin's Tower from The Sword in the Stone. Now, I know we already have Merlin's house in the game, but I'm thinking, if we're going again for that magical vibe, you pictured kind of those old towers that wizards lived in. So I think I'm going with crooked here. The Burrow, another really good one. What kind of entrance best fits your dream fantasy home? They've got an arched door, double doors, a tiny door, a hidden door, or a pointed door. I feel like double doors on this one. And then what type of window design feels the most charming? Oh, excuse me. I had a Madrinas like 2 hours ago. What am I doing? What type of window design feels the most charming or magical? They have peekaboo, oval, stained glass, half moon, or off center. Without context, do it or don't do it. Do it, lady. I think I like stained glass. I love the way light looks when it's coming through a stained glass window. As long as I don't personally have to pay for it, do it, lady. What overall material and mood should inspire the house? Glass, wood, coral, metal, stone, or glass? I feel like this... Ooh, glass could be fun. I feel like this... Ooh, glass could be fun. 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 Glass could be f Because we're going for aesthetic. I think I'm going with glass on this one. What standout element would you love to see inspire the design? A veranda, porch columns, a tower, outdoor staircase, or a roof garden? Personally, I think outdoor staircase or tower. Yeah, I think I'll go with tower. Okay. What overall palette best captures the vibe of your dream house? Sunset, regal, pastels, nature's hues, or midnight cosmetic? I think that one is almost an instant midnight cosmetic or midnight/cosmic lock-in. Fine. I'll do it later. But yeah, so those are the options for the community house style vote. And then we already kind of talked about the drops. So yeah, that's what we're looking at for the announcements from today. Really excited. A lot of absolutely incredible things, it sounds like, on the horizon for Dreamlight Valley, both with the adventure pack as well as the, upcoming free characters and things like that. So, a lot of really cool things coming up. But yeah, so how... Camera, please. I know exactly what it is. It's the vertical display. Because it's supposed to be available, but I think Meld has it like locked down behind the beta testing stuff still, I believe. So I need them to push an update for that and then figure out the best way to do that. Because I think the camera is just getting a little bit overloaded trying to display to several sources at the same time. So hopefully they get that fixed. But yeah. So out of curiosity, either of the stuff that we know is coming or the stuff that we don't know is what it actually is, but is coming soon, what's everybody the most excited about? Personally, Eeyore. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the adventure pack from a questing / thing to do standpoint. Eeyore by far. Sounds good. Jay, thank you so much for coming in. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the questing / goal-oriented part of the adventure pack. I love having a task set in front of me. At this point, I've done with the star path. I'm done. I've leveled Hercules and Phil all the way to 10. So I need to work on their quests. But now that they're leveled, I should be able to knock those out relatively quickly. I'm done with... it's... Fun fact, I was obsessed with him as a child. I had like 100 Eeyore plushies. That seems to be kind of the thing for a lot of people, is those, not in a negative context, but a lot of people really enjoyed those characters. And I love that for them. You did it. I'm not going to ask because I don't want to know. I'm not doing it. But yeah, so I mean, I enjoy the task / goal-oriented aspect of Dreamlight Valley and of games in general. Chat, y'all are welcome to know, to ask. It's not as bad as it could have been. I don't need to know. But yeah, like, I have friendship quests to do. So I'm looking forward to the task portion of it. I did goof around. T, spill it now, please. Why do I feel like it's about bricks? Aaron, it's because you are not new here. You are well aware of Wim's deep burning desire to hoard bricks like a dragon with treasure. Kit Kat is new, so they are not aware, but Wim, my amazing wife, Wim, one of our lead moderator in the channel, actually, is a tremendous builder of brick sets. She also streams on Twitch. She creates content, incredible content. And so if you're looking for somebody to engage with, talking about different brick products like Lego, but if she buys them now, she'll be less tempted to buy them at Brick World this weekend. Okay, first, I think you and I both know that that is not true. And that she won't have to fight with luggage. Okay, that part's true. We're having that conversation today. So there are double points later this week for Lego, but there isn't anything that I just gotta have for that event, right? So there's also a new set that dropped on Lumi that is 10,000% WIM coded. Wow. That is a very high percent of bricks that is WIM coded. If you're not familiar, Lumi Bricks is another brick building company. It had a coupon, and there was a Father's Day discount, free shipping, and there were less than 30 sets left, and I panicked. Maybe WIM is brick coded. Oh. Okay. So I did start shuffling around my valley again a little bit today. I'm moving on. So I started shuffling my valley around a little bit. I'm not even going to judge. I do the same thing. I do it too. I spent less money than I would have on Legos to like girl math. Anyway. So yeah, previously I had all of my fruit trees and things like that in this area. I moved all of them down to my peaceful meadow. I feel like my peaceful meadow is going to start turning into kind of my planting area. At some point, I'm going to move the 3 houses that are over here up to one of my floating islands. So just slowly but surely working on decorating my valley. I moved Pocahontas' house over here, and I'm going to put corn. Corn and wheat are going to surround Pocahontas' house. So I think that'll be fun. Excuse me. And then I did buy the forest cottage. For the friends that want to know, this is what I bought. It's purple witchy and there's a sound brick. How could I not? That would be the wrong one. No. For those of you that are not big link clickers, this is what Wim picked up. Oh, and there are printed cat pieces. It's a very pretty set. I can absolutely purple see why they were able to get you to purchase it. Purple. It's a very nice looking set, and I hope that it whenever it comes in, it looks as good as it does here. Excuse me. So yeah, back to Disney. But yeah, so I did. Back to Disney. There we go. So I did pick up this house, which was at least in my shop today. I think it might have been in the recommended section. But yeah, so I got that one. And then the other one. And mushies. The other one that I got. I still need to place my fortune teller tent, but I could not stop myself, and I didn't try real hard from purchasing the treehouse one. But yeah, so I love the housing sets that they come up with, because when they get the theming right, they do an absolutely incredible job. If you're not familiar with it, it's actually, I believe, at the Magic Kingdom Park in Orlando, and then the at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California. They have a treehouse like this that it's been rethemed a couple of times. When I first started going as a kid, I should not do that without Hercules. When I first started going as a kid, it was the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, and then it was rethemed to be Hercules. Not Hercules. Tarzan. It's still that here in Walt Disney World? Yeah. Yeah, so the original one, as far as I know, in Anaheim was Swiss Family Robinson and then Tarzan. So, but yeah, they did such a good job, and I love that it has the flowing water. Yeah, by like right in between Indiana Jones and Pirates. But I love that it has the flowing water with the, the mill. Like, it's such a pretty house. It's a walking hazard in the rain. Yeah, it really is. But yeah, beautiful set. I feel like the shop didn't attack my wallet too badly today. Obviously, there was the treehouse. I did not purchase the Moana parade float. I know a lot of people were, that had an appeal for a lot of people. Did not so much for me. But that's one of those to each their own kind of things. They did get me with the train conductor dragon. I feel like it was a little bit pricey. Like, I feel like, especially since it's basically a reskin of another dragon, it could have been $1,500, but it didn't bother me that much. I normally like the companions. Definitely a couple of things to grab it, not as bad as it has been. Yes, absolutely. I normally will grab the companions, but I wasn't really feeling the popcorn squirrel. Excuse me. Oh, I am terribly sorry about that. I gotta wake up. But yeah, so a lot of really nice looking sets. I did not get the goofy character dream style. The floral ensemble is very pretty. I might come back through and pick this one up before the end of the week. Like, honestly, the dress looks nice. Getting up anyway, I want a Red Bull or a Madrinas or something. I'll take a Red Bull just because that's going to be a lot easier to get than a Madrinas, please. But yeah, it's a nice looking dress. So I'll probably end up with it at some point. Because $1,500 for a full ensemble is pretty nice. Thank you, Wim. I am not getting the Small World Houses set. The Bright House one is pretty, though. Might have to circle back on that. Pillars. The Rainbow Pillar. The Park Day outfit I might get because the bucket hat is cute. Other than that, I don't know that I would have a whole lot of cause to... Thank you. That I would have a lot of cause to use these other items. But they're cute. Again, probably not going to pick up the Magical Squirrel, especially this one for... you know, again, 2,000 moonstones for this companion? I don't think so. I don't know what park outfit this is because I would not wear this at Disney World and have a heat stroke. I mean, if you went in the middle of a December when it was not cold, but colder, comparatively speaking, maybe. But yeah, honestly, the most appealing thing out of this entire set is the hat, because the hat is cute. The rest of it is mid. So, the Inside Out Headquarters set, I probably not going to get this. It's cute, but not like, oh my god, I have to buy this. And the couch is just, eh. The Pal Around I really might get. Because they have the Pixar Pal Around and the Dumbo ride. I'm tempted by both of these. Catspur, it probably was. We've reached a point with the Star Paths where they're starting to filter back into the shop if they're not, if they're from Star Paths of a certain age. Let's see, Quirky Retro Couch. Yeah, so originally available to unlock and collect during the Wonder of Pixar Star Path. Yeah, so I think they've said for a good chunk of the game that items that you did not finish in the Star Path, or that you did not obtain while they were at a part of the Star Path, could potentially come back to the Moonstone shop at a later date. And it looks like that is kind of starting to happen. Now, I'll give them a very little bit of a credit, because they are also including some of those items as part of the routine tasks for the current Star Paths. So I'm glad that they're also providing that way to get those items. But yeah, so they are starting to come back. Let's see. But yeah, so the Wonder of Pixar Star Path was from June 7th to August 7th, 2023. So it's been 3 years since this was available as a part of a Star Path. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it.
Oh my god, I'm blooming!
Hi, Sunny. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it. If you want to hang out and lurk, that is totally okay. We do have anonymous follows turned on. If you want to pop into the chat and say hello, free to do that as well. Yeah, Catsper, according to the Dreamlight Valley wiki, it has been 3 years since this was available as a part of the Star Path. And I think... Wonder if Pixar, I think, was one of the very early Star Paths. Okay, so Pixar Fest was the first one. And then Villains 3, 4. Yeah, so this was from the 6th Star Path that was available. Hi, Sunny. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great evening, great day. Sorry. Looking to see what time it is for our Sunny lady. My clock keeps messing up. It is tomorrow afternoon for Sunny. Sunny, how's your Thursday? So yeah, the Inside Out headquarters set. I probably will come back because I don't think I have any attractions available. And if we get more of kind of those beach themed star paths, or not star paths, dream snap things, then I would like to have these available. Gonna check my whole phone in the trash. I mean, at least it's just in the trash and not the ocean. What's going on, Sonny? Who do we need to harm? So yeah, there's the pal around and the flying elephant. I have already purchased and leveled the Cozy Companion Raja bundle. I already have the Max bundle. The Celestial Pond. I thought that I had purchased this one previously, but I guess not. The Enchanted Floating Set. I might have to come back for this one. Because the Shooting Stars, like... Excuse me. It's... Twitch be twitching on my phone. The thing is terrible service in my work building thing. No. You like your wings bone in? Yeah. Depending on the type of sauce and all that. But, yeah. So I might have to come back for these. I'm a little bit disappointed that we can't see what the floating, what the effect looks like in the shop. We are in the shop, Sonny, yeah. They're taking all my money. This is the Enchanted Forest house, which I did get. Okay, so yeah, this is my recommended stuff. So tomorrow I'll have another item to replace the Enchanted Forest house because I did purchase that. The Sunflower Wings and the Sunflower Ensemble are both in my recommended. The Meg costume dress. I feel like I have seen this multiple times in the last couple of weeks in my recommended. Or at least in my shop somewhere. Ooh, girl. Yeah. And then the Corona fountain. So yeah. Good stuff in the shop. I need to get rid of my debit card. Do it, Sonny. Do it, lady. But yeah. So that's where we're at. All right. I think I'm finally done yapping. That only took an hour and a half. So I need to go find Hercules. The first floor of my house is decorated for Christmas since that was the last time I was playing before Herc. I think this is going to be permanent because I don't feel like changing it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you walk in and Christmas makes you happy, keep it. Okay, so let's do the routine stuff first. So I know last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever we had talked, one of my complaints was about the routine task reward, this one being a brand new item. So I'm pleased to say that they did go back to how they said this was going to be originally. The Royal Vanity Bench was originally a Star Path item from when Aladdin was introduced. The Royal Vanity was also from that same Star Path when Aladdin was introduced, I believe. So they did go back to how they said they were going to do it with the old Star Path items. Hopefully they will keep it that way. Anyway. Yeah, so let's work on the routine stuff. We'll track all of those. I need to find Wonder Boy. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Okay, so he is here somewhere. Love that. No.
The stars here are so strange. These constellations.
Oh, you were right behind me. Let's hang out.
Yeah!
Okay, so take a picture of his house. Got it. Remove night thorns. Now I'm curious on this. If that's how my plaza is. Yep. You set it and forget it. I'm curious if this will work. Pegasus, since we're rolling with Hercules. Did not count. Okay. Fine. Let's go back. I was hoping that since the Dreamlight tasks in Wish Blossom Ranch count for the Dreamlight tasks, that maybe the other things would too, but that does not appear to be the case. However, running over the thorns in the valley with the horse does, so we're just going to do that real quick. Let's see. Because I do still need to level these characters too. almost done with the horses. I will say that they did a really good job with Pegasus as well, with having the wings flapping and just a little bit of a slower movement with it because of the wings. You know, they could have just left it as, oh, he works just like the other horses, but they put some good detail into this. I'm about to figure out how to acquire a school so I can start a fundraiser with those world's finest chocolate bars just so I can have a giant stash of them. Okay, so if anybody has kids who are fundraising for band stuff or something like that, you know who to talk to. Alright, so there's that. When it gets old enough, I'll be sure to call you. Might take a couple of years. We're just going to start sending crates of those things to Catspur. Okay, so do I have stone in here somewhere? Those are pebbles. They probably won't count. Haha, funny number. That still works. So, Aaron. How long did it take you to get all of that stone or marble today? Yeah, so anytime a task says pick up or collect, as long as it doesn't specify that you have to mine it, fish it, like something like that, like if it just says collect, usually dropping a stack of it and picking it back up will count for the tasks. I thought you were saying money. I had already collected 10 for the counter. So then whenever I dropped the 59 and then picked them back up, it said that I'd collected 69 of them. Yeah. So we're dropping all the knowledge this week because I thought it was, -2. Yeah. No, we're dropping all the knowledge this week because I learned earlier this week from our friend Lauren that you could actually slide the wallpapers in the houses. I remembered that trick after I collected 12. Yeah, I did not know that you could adjust the wallpapers in the houses. So I learned that one this week. I also was not aware that you could get different trees. yeah, so the wallpaper thing, because I did not know this either. Wallpaper. Okay, so you have wallpaper here. So that's how it's laid out. If you click and let's see. Yeah. So if you click to apply it to the wall, just like you normally would. So you click it, let it go, and then click and hold it again. You can move the wallpaper. I did not know this. Our friend Lauren taught me that one this week. You can make it line up nicer behind windows. I did not know this. So yeah, that was a thing that I learned this week. No worries, Jen. Like it's that's one of the things that I love about this game is that I am still learning stuff, and I'm very open to still learning stuff. So all of my indoor dream snaps are mad at me. So the tree thing, and I got to see if I can do this correctly. With the tree thing, though, so in your furniture, down at the bottom, there's landscaping that is just default landscaping. This comes as a part of the DLC or whatever. Yeah, some of the default trees. You have an unlimited number of these. You can actually change the type of tree that you get from it. I think it's specific ones. Let's see. I think this was one. But yeah, if you... The oak, birch, and fir should all do it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. I know for certain the pine does. Okay. But yeah, so... So yeah, these are all... Let me go actually find a better spot that I can line them up. Okay, so I'm picking the light birch tree here. So that's one. That's another one. That's a third one. So yeah, so there's 3 different styles of the light birch tree there. Let's see. No. Yeah, so if you keep adding the same type of tree, which I did not know that, because what I was doing is I was just duplicating it because I thought that there was only the one style. But now that I know that you can get multiple styles out of it, if you just pull individual ones out, a new one out every time, you'll get one of a couple of variants. So that's cool. That's good to know. So yeah, that's the stuff that we learned this week. The other one, if you are if you're working on the Parks Fest stuff, is
The Unleashed is load all over me.
Hi Nyan, hi Darth, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all having a great evening. If you're working on the double teamed Ayo, if you're working on the Parks Fest event and you need to get the other buckets finished for the tasks, so all of these tasks are for crafting different buckets. So Craftily Ever After is the Cinderella bucket. Imagination is the Figment bucket. So each of these is a different bucket that you need to craft for that. If you don't have all of the buttons that you need for it, craft for all of the different ones. Craft the bucket that you need, collect the task, collect the reward because it's the handheld version of the bucket, and then uncraft the bucket because you'll get all of your resources back, and then you can craft the next one you need. Now, it does cost a little bit of gold. I think it's like 700 to 800 gold for uncrafting something, but again, you get all of your resources back, which you can then turn around and use in the next bucket. Yes, the Uncrafter is one of the best things that they put into the game. Literal game changer. The other thing, and I don't know how accurate this is, but several people were reporting that with the most recent patch, it seems like they've adjusted the... Don't be surprised if it disappears from your collection like mine did. Okay. Yeah, that's frustrating. I think for me, I was mostly okay with it not immediately being there because I was going more for getting the tasks completed. Just got done watching Mortal Kombat. It was good-ish. Which Mortal Kombat? The original one or the more recent one from a couple of years ago? The new one. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back through and recraft all of those at some point so that I have at least one available for all of the decorating stuff. Mostly it was just I was working on completing. Anything that I've uncrafted disappears from my collection achievements and I had to remake them. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Man. And the other thing that I was not aware of until today is if you have access, if you've unlocked the Eternity Isle Rift in Time DLC and you've unlocked the vacuum, if you have the... Did I lose it? Where did I put that? If you have the advanced vacuum, though, as soon as I remember where I put it, that'll pick up the buttons. So you don't have to sit there and actually try to find all of those stupid things. But if you bring the vacuum, you will need the mist from the Rift in Time DLC. But if you just drop it, you can collect the button without having to run around and find the stupid things. It only works if you have the best, like, advanced version of the vacuum or whatever. It does not work for the basic or the regular. So many good things learned today. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We do have anonymous follows turned on, so if you would like to pop in the chat and say hello, please feel free to do so. If you just want to hang out and lurk, that's totally okay too. Either way, I appreciate you being here. Alex, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Getting your sea salt caramel bar and some pine resin dice. Love that. Caramel sounds really good right now. I don't need caramel right now, but we do like caramel. The other thing that somebody had said that it seemed like they did was change the drop rate of the night shards and the dream shards that you can dig up in the holes throughout the biomes to make them a little bit more balanced. I think a lot of people were running into a problem where they were always getting a ton of night shards. Do you happen to like or know D&D? I am familiar with D&D. I'm not as familiar with it as a lot of other people are, but I'm willing to at least make an attempt to help. My tabletop group tends to play Pathfinder. I very much enjoy Critical Role. I have not watched a lot of the current season, but really enjoy it overall. And the cast of that are some of my favorite voice actors who actually kind of inspired me to get into voice acting a little bit. And yeah, just absolutely incredible group of artists. Speaking of, you watched the Mighty Nine TV show and Vox Machina? Yeah, my wife and I have watched. We haven't watched any of the current season of Vox Machina, but we've watched the other seasons of both Vox Machina and Mighty Nine, and we're definitely going to get into the others here pretty soon as well. And speaking of which, if you are a fan of Critical Role or a fan of Laura Bailey, she was recently on, like, the other day. If you've heard of Good Mythical Morning, they're kind of, I want this game. Just saw the clip they posted to TikTok. It is a fantastic episode of Last Meals from the Good Mythical Kitchen channel with Laura Bailey. Let's see, Laura Bailey. So I'm going to post that in the Discord as well. But yeah, if you're a fan of Laura Bailey, definitely go give that a watch. Like I said, I'm going to post it in the Discord. It's such a good interview. The host of Last Meals, Josh, does such an amazing job. Alex, they actually just started, not for the base game, I don't think, but for the DLCs, they just started another sale today because they announced an upcoming adventure pack. So if it's something that you're looking at, it's definitely a good time. But I'm sure if it's not already on sale for the base game, I'm sure it will be again, probably pretty soon. But it's a very good game. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Where do I want to put this? We'll just do movies and TV. But yeah, Critical Role, Laura Bailey, Last Meals. It's such a good web series, and Josh, the interviewer, does an amazing job, does a ton of research on the people that he's going to be working with and talking to. But Laura Bailey was an incredible one. Terry Crews was an absolutely fantastic interview. If you are not familiar with Terry Crews, which I'm sure most people are because of White Chicks or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he is so much more than your typical person of his size and stature and all that. Euro training. Brondo. But if yeah, if you are like, there's so many absolutely amazing interviews on there. So definitely encourage watching. You know, there's a lot of really good people on there. Love Disney. I'll make my player character into Riddle Rose Hearts and Disney's Twisted Wonderland. You can look them up if you need to. I'll definitely look into that. Yeah. But yeah, and I do believe we're in ads. But yeah, very good episode, very good series, and they get so in depth, and it's really refreshing. Because so many of those interview shows just seem like they're very superficial and don't get a whole lot of actual like information about who these people are. So really good interviews. Okay, so I need Phil. Bye.
The stars here are so strange. What's with these constellations?
So yeah, I need to go find Phil because I need to work on his quests now that I'm done with pretty much everything else.
For you, I'll waive my usual fees.
Okay, so I apparently am not allowed to hang out with Phil right now. Like to help me bring some classic Greek theater to this place. What kind of play do you want to put on? An original. What, you take me for one of those chumps who need some other guy to write lines for him? I'm going to play the lead. That's right. Phil's finally going to be the hero. You deserve it, Phil. You bet I do. A lot of ECs, so Velocity should be in good company. It's totally how writing and play works. Goofy's gonna help me get a stage going, but he'll need you to bring him the stuff to build it.
My share of heroes, kid.
All right.
You made it. Takes.
Now we can hang out with Phil. Okay. So let's go back. Let's clean out my bags and get the stuff that we need for this. Alright, I need to first... I don't think it's resetting the room that's going to do what I want it to do. I knew it wasn't going to do what I wanted it to do, and I did it anyway. Okay. I'll come back and fix all of this later. Anymore. I guarantee that there's at least one person screaming at me right now. Or if they're not actually screaming at me, they really want to. Okay, so I'm going to pick that one up because it is empty. I have a feeling these are all... Because these are all the ones that are connected, I think. No, because it said that there was at least one that had stuff. There we go. All right. I learned my lesson from judging last time. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. I'm mostly kicking myself because I actively said I should probably not reset this room. And then what did I do? I reset the room. 10 out of 10 smarts up here. I do like that they have the smart transfer stuff, though, so that I can kind of speedrun putting all of this stuff away at least. Bless you. Okay. So, move, monkey. Honestly, I have so much of this stuff that I can just get rid of at this point because I just don't use it. Let me find one of my empties here. Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have a good night, Carol Ann, Mom. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Hope you get lots of good sleep. Looking for there we go. Seeds. I'm really kind of upset with myself right now for doing this, but oh well. That's the way it goes. Tis content. Tis giving somebody a twitch. And I'm just going to go ahead and crafting station. Storybook magic. Okay. I don't have enough dream shards for that. Okay. I'm just going to put those in there for now. I'll deal with them later. So 10 stones, 10 softwood, and then 5 sand, 5 seed. Okay, so softwood, I needed 5 of those. Nope, I needed 10 softwood. My therapist did an evil thing today, and I feel as if the Pixelated Claw Arcade would agree with me. Do tell. Because, yes, therapists, while very well-meaning, can absolutely be evil when they are encouraging us to do things that'll make us grow. And how dare they? And 5 seaweed. She told me to reward myself with Cece's pizza for all of my self-growth, and now I'm craving Cece's at midnight. Okay, that's pretty evil. I don't think she's wrong, but that's pretty evil. Once upon a time, I swear I just looked at it not 2 minutes ago. There we go. For real. Like, should I have taken the advice early? Probably. Yes. I wasn't hungry then. I mean, at that point, I feel like you order the pizza and then you either keep it warm or you have leftover pizza. Depends. Are you one of the people who like leftover pizza? Because that's the other thing, too, is if you like leftover pizza, you can always order pizza and then just put it straight in the fridge for next time. I did that today. Well, Cece's an endless pizza buffet. Oh, not worth ordering to go. That's fair. Okay. Therapists are just truly evil about breaking brains, breaking patterns. You got to go hungry and get your money's worth. Yes. Yeah, if you're going to a buffet, go hungry. But yeah, they're not nice, like, breaking your brain with stuff. Like, I think one of the biggest things is, like, you know, some of the stuff like run the dishwasher twice, wash your clothes twice, like do what needs to be done. Like, they're evil. They're evil people.
Hi there, pal.
There you go, Goofy. All the resources to build that stage.
Whoa!
Phil came by. He wants to talk to you. And Remy, he said something about edible props. I'm beginning to have concerns about this play. He also said that I could play the course, but I'm not sure what character that is. Anything worth doing is worth doing half-assed. Yep. You gotta get the dopamine fix somehow, and if that means that it comes from getting it done halfway, it's better than not doing it at all. Sons of bitches. How dare they? Okay. Rammy. Only half the energy, do half the dishes, only do half. Can only brush your teeth with one of those disposable toothbrushes. Better than nothing. Yes. Let's see. Remy, I know you're in here because you're always in here when I come in. Monkey. Stitch. How is he not here? And then sometimes we listen to Real Big Fish singing songs about everyone being an a-hole. It works.
Over here!
Satirical theater. Hey, you two. Goofy said you wanted to see me?
Yeah.
That's right. I need an edible prop for the play, so Remy here is helping me out. When it comes to food, I'm always happy to lend a hand. What kind of edible prop do you need? It's gotta really say Greek, but it doesn't have to be super traditional. What about some Greek pizza? That's some kind of a physis thing. Toasted flatbread with a bunch of tasty ingredients on it. The concept of Greek pizza might make some traditionalists mad. I love it. Greek pizza it is. Guess I can give you a little preview, seeing as you're being so helpful. You gotta have a good reason for the hero to go on an adventure, right? Well, this is gonna involve a noble satyr's quest to rescue his little brother from the clutches of an evil villain. That's the only hint you're getting.
Excuse me, but I could use a human's help?
No. This would be the cooking station. Greek pizza to Phil in his house. Give him the pizza.
You made it! Not bad!
Smells fantastic. How are you using pizza in your play? I don't know if I should tell you. I'm sure your magnificent performance will be the real surprise anyway. Probably will be quite surprising. In that case, maybe I can give you a clue. In Act 2, the hero, a handsome and noble satyr, adopts a poor, scrawny orphan and feeds him such a fantastic meal that awakens his incredible strength. In return, the no longer scrawny orphan breaks down the barrier to the underworld, allowing the noble satyr to head down to rescue his little brother. That's some satyr. Obviously, he's based on me. Who could have possibly predicted that, Phil? Well, look at you coming running around the corner like that. That's great. Now let's talk about something important. It's money. Money is always important to Scrooge.
Go on.
Classing up this joint with a little theater, and I want you for a prime role. You want me to act? You have a reserved dignity to you.
Stop! Interesting.
Okay, head back to where Herc and I met and find some drama masks. And my training mannequin. We're going to need one of those made too.
I've got
Okay.
some new goods at the store.
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
The stars here are so strange.
Craft the training mannequin.
These constellations.
And that's why we keep all of the ingredients for everything on hand.
You ready? I'll tell you what's what.
You know, for first production, let's not go crazy with the audience. I just want to give an invitation to Mickey, Merlin, and Remy. Got it.
The nightlife here is okay, but it's no thieves.
Add the training mannequin and then the drama masks to the stage inside Phil's house. Bring theatrical invitation to Mickey, Remy, and Merlin. I think I will finish this quest up and then wrap up for the evening in the next couple of minutes.
Superb! Well, run along now.
Hey, it's you!
Oh, sure. Got an invitation for you to Phil's theatrical production. I was looking forward to it after our discussion about edible props, but now... I heard that Mr. McDuck has a very demanding role, something really out of character for him. Do you think he'll be any good? Probably.
Could I talk to you?
Gonna be mean and scary? Okay. Senor Mickey is gonna be up this way.
Hey, over here. Hi.
Hi. Got an invitation for you.
Oh gosh.
Why does everyone seem to know something I don't? Little sus.
Hello.
I think we're all ready for the show, but Phil, what are you doing in a cage? There have been a few last-minute changes in the production. He's taking over my role, and I'll be handling the role of the villainous Hades. Yeah, that's quite last minute. Scrooge offered me some very competitive prices in his shop for the next few months. It was a deal too good to pass up.
Oh, that is too good.
Go with the flow and improvise. Okay. Good thing I asked Phil about how the first act of the play goes.
Say it ain't so.
Ha ha ha, I have, and now I will savor your despair. The handsome and noble Phil has found a poor and scrawny orphan, but he senses the sparkle of divine strength within him, if only it could be awakened. Wait, I think I remember what Phil told me about Act 2. Scrawny orphan child, you need some food. Have this pizza! Now that you are big and strong, break down the barrier to the underworld so that I may rescue my little brother. No, my fortress has been breached. I'm vulnerable. Phil breaches the gates to the underworld, but can he face down the evil Hades? How am I supposed to finish off the play? Now, you fire-haired menace, we do battle. Hooray, my noble, handsome, and incredibly smart older brother Phil has come to rescue me. Take that and that. I'm defeated. This is truly some incredible writing. With Hades defeated, the noble Phil can finally free his little brother.
Goodbye now. Toodaloo.
Free Phil from the cage with your royal pickaxe. That one. Stupendous.
Listen, we got work to do.
So Phil, how are you feeling about how your play went? Incredible. It went off without a hitch, and you gave all the right lines without even reading the script. I'm impressed. What can I say? I just get theater. I'm impressed with Scrooge's performance, too. Who would have thought he had it in him? He had a bit of stage fright at first, but he really locked it down. Well, that was fun, but so much work. I'm exhausted. I think I'll go back to coaching while I recover. You should keep the training mannequin and the Greek stage in case you want to show off your acting chops.
Time to get moving.
All right. So after finishing the epic conclusion of that, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. But yeah, so as a reminder, let me double check the schedule before I shoot my mouth off too much here. So Wim will be streaming tomorrow and Friday. She's got our normal evening slot tomorrow. And then Friday she'll be streaming starting in the morning. And then we will both be out of town on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be in the Discord. I may or may not try posting some stuff on TikTok. We'll see. Because I would like to grow my presence a little bit over there. And so I'll definitely look at that, and that'll get auto-fed into the Discord. Yeah, I feel like we're going to have a lot of fun. So really looking forward to it. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week. I'll definitely be around in Wim streams and all that kind of stuff too. But I just have, I don't have any more this evening or any more streams this week. But like I said, I'll be around. So thank you again. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week, and we will talk to you all next time.